Yo, just another brick in the wall. I listen to podcasts while I'm working because, it just keeps your mind distracted. And I was listening to Joe Rogan's podcast. He had an interesting guest on today. Some lady, older, 60s, probably 50s. She was some expert in black markets. So she would go to all these crazy places and learn all there is about these certain black markets, like the illegal sale of chimpanzees or pharmaceutical drugs in Mexico or all these things. But not even just randomly in the conversation it got brought up how there's a black market for human body parts, like illegal organs and weirder shit that I didn't even think about. For $2,500 you can get a human leather wallet. A fucking wallet made out of human skin. And you can buy that online. So there's a story of Colorado mom and daughter who ran a crematory. A crematorium. I don't know what the official word is for those places where they burn the bodies and whatnot. So a crematory, they ran one, and these people came in. This happened over many times. They did this hundreds of times, probably. But basically, someone would go, hey, I want my dad cremated or whatever. So they would be like, okay, no problem. And then we, come pick him up in 3 days when everything's all done. The people would take the body, cut him up with a chainsaw in the back, and then sell the body parts off to different people. Sell the organs to there, sell the penis to Milwaukee, sell the eyeballs to New York City, just all over the place. And then in 3 days when the people came back to pick up their ashes of the loved ones, there wasn't even any ashes of the loved ones in there. It was ashes of bunch of different people. Inanimate objects thrown in there. There were burned batteries in the ashes. Of course they didn't know that because, the people were sneaky. But these people were running a black market human body part market out of their freaking crematorium in the United States. And eventually they got caught and arrested. But holy shit, I never thought that was even in the realm of possibility. I thought this was a very highly regulated thing, and apparently it's not as regulated in America as in other places because it's such a big business here. So there's a lot less regulations we have to prevent stuff like that from happening. Crazy. So these people who just wanted their dad cremated, oh my God, I can't even imagine the horror. You just want your dad in a nice little urn, but meanwhile he's someone's freaking jockstrap, human leather jockstrap that they use to play cricket. It's just crazy. So they would sell their organs, their body part, they would sell everything, but oh my God, so crazy. So yeah, I didn't even know, no matter how twisted and freaking messed up the world is, I never thought that was some fiction shit, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, that people would do that type of stuff, and human wallets, and oh my God, people probably have a human vest out there. Probably got a human vest made of, it's got little nipples, and that's where you hook the thing together on, and you use the nipples. It's probably crazy, the stuff that's out there. I never thought that was even a possibility. And the craziest part about these people's freaking places, when people went in there, people would talk about, there's construction or something going on in the back, because the mom was using a chainsaw to cut people up with. Oh my God, just in the back, just cutting people up. I'm just dude, what the fuck? Those were just the people that were caught, this is probably happening all over the country, all over the world. There's probably $1 billion business a year for human freaking black market body parts. wonder how much a big black dick would cost. Get me kitted out, right? Kidding. But yeah, that shit's super crazy. And you know, just another tidbit as well. They had a interesting other side note, about the Real Bodies Museum that they have kind of all over the country. They have one here in Vegas at the Luxor, the big pyramid. And it's been there. I used to go there all the time as a kid. I've been there probably more than once, at least twice. And so, not all the time, I went once. But apparently, I never once questioned, where do they get these people? And I think the term that they use is they're unclaimed, like, Chinese bodies. So like someone that was lost, like they just found this person or whatnot. And apparently it takes 30 days for someone to be classified as like an unclaimed body in like China or something. I think I'm understanding that right. But the process that it takes to convert a human body into the display that they just show at the Bodies Museum. So basically you'll see it's all the skin's removed, it's just the muscles, they take out all the blood vessels. So we basically are just seeing the musculature and like all these things of actual people. And so they say they use unclaimed bodies. It takes 30 days for a body to become officially unclaimed in China. So theoretically someone would have to be dead for 30 days, right? Before they could start this process of changing them into the artifact to go in the museum. But apparently there's like a plastinization, I don't know, they have a whole word for it, but that's the process. Apparently the process has to be done within 48 hours of these people dying in order to be successfully turned into these museum pieces. So there was a journalist that went to one of these factories where they had these people, and it was just one. There's probably thousands of factories out there, but this is just one instance of a factory. And the person recorded seeing, probably 50 plus people laid on the ground with their heads in a sack and blood at the top. Just on their head, like they got shot in the head, like they put a sack on them, executed. And they were all just lined up on the ground in this factory of where they made these people for the museum. So, first of all, 90% of all these people are prisoners. Like, they came from a prison and then were executed, like, on some, like, death penalty type shit. And turned into a fucking factory. Like, turned into a fucking museum in the factory. So like those people I just went to see as a little child probably more than likely were executed in some type of way, or murdered, or fucking some terrible thing happened to them to show up in that museum. And it's just terrible. Oh my God, like I never once thought about that. Where the heck do they get all these bodies? And apparently it gets super weird. Like, they have normaler stuff at the Body Museum at the Luxor. I mean, they have all those bodies there, but I mean, other places, apparently they have crazy stuff. Like, the body's having sex, and like, there's one where this body's like holding his own skin. Very fucking weird, dude. It's like super creepy shit. Like, it's super creepy shit that I never once ever took into an account. So, wow, yeah, I'm just so curious where exactly those people came from in the Luxor and what type of lives they were leading. Because I guarantee you, it probably wasn't very glorious. Like, they were probably in terrible situations and probably had a terrible end of their life. Oh God, I just want to know so badly where those people come from the freaking Bodies Museum. And if that's all true, like, it's crazy. Like, obviously they're not just mass executing people for these like places, but like, I'm just kind of thinking about it right now. Like, what do they do with people here when the death penalty happens? Like, what do they do with those bodies? I'm sure they get buried somewhere. Or do they? I don't actually know. But what happens in like China, for example? Like, a lot of these people are like Chinese that are in these museums. So like in China, I don't even know if they have death penalty or whatnot. I imagine they don't have very much laws on them. I imagine some people get killed and some people don't, type of thing. But I'm just thinking about it right now. If there's an opportunity to make money off of a dead person, why wouldn't you, like, let's say if you're in China and you had like a bunch of killers or something and they were set up to be executed on January 20th, why wouldn't you just have them executed and then sold to the factory to be created into the museum pieces? It just makes perfect, like, it's so fucked up, dude. It's so messed up. And I honestly want to research it more to find out what the heck that's all about, because it just was blowing my mind. Like, dude, all this crazy, weird, gross stuff that they do with people's dead bodies, like, dude, I have like no faith. Like, I just want literally like when I die, like my dad to like drop me my raw body in the center of the Grand Canyon or something. Like, I don't want to be taken to no financial institution when I die. After hearing all this shit, because dude, I need my dick to stay on my body. Like, I don't need it as a souvenir in Morocco being sold on the freaking market. Yeah, crazy shit. I don't know, crazy. Had me just like, what the fuck? The world is so messed up. But yeah, all right, thank you, peace.